better reactions to COVID. Probably
Oh
because
yeah.
I had vaccination before I ever caught it, and
Well, that's
thus
good.
and thus my allergies just stop when I've gotten COVID. My body just goes, well, there's other more important things to fight than pollen. So,
That's amazing. Like, can
yeah.
we just keep COVID for, no allergies, That'd be great.
If only that was the only effect that it did.
Right.
Yeah. Though I have gotten like fever and chills at the same time as well when I've had it. So
Okay.
it's just like, okay, this at least isn't like I can't breathe, I'm gonna die like some people
Right.
unfortunately get with it, but it was still not the most pleasant experience.
Gotcha.
So, but this is just something else. It's just kind of a sore throat and just congestion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, didn't get much of that. Oh, no, I don't have to go. As I said, I'm not feeling the most terrible at the moment. It's just my plans for the evening are toast because, you know, going to a social event where you could just infect others with heck knows what is never polite. So,
Oh yeah, we're live. Okay, so he wants us to come inside. Did you put it out in the group, Cody? Gotta let the people know we're having an event.
where's the group? Where's the group? Where's the group?
at the school in North America. We are live at North America. It is a great place. You should come down and hang out. It is a lot of fun. Right, everybody? Oh. Yeah, cool. You can't see the money that I have. Cool. Uh, uh, please, if you sit down and please enjoy everything that you know. Who is here? This immigrant will teach you should what you are doing.
What was that, Cody?
This immigrant will teach you what you are doing at the school. Yeah, teacher. Come on. What did you do, teacher? What did you do? Comment,
Yeah,
teacher.
it's just my alt.
Oh, no. There you go. There you you can you at
Where's the
my
pillow?
pin. How can I share this video?
Oh, how can you share the video? It's just the share link.
No,
Uh,
no, I can, I got, I got, I got, It's true.
And for convenience, you probably should be sharing it to the store YouTube, not your personal one, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, shit. Right.
Just continue as it is tonight.
Oh, my God. Oh, shit. I'm people. Okay, we got a decent crowd tonight. We got a decent crowd.
But do we have stand-ups?
I don't know. People,
That is kind of one of the most critical things, you know.
yeah, yeah. I know. It is a critical thing, but at least people are coming. At least people are.
And yes, at least Marissa has something.
Alright, yeah. Alright. Do you want to get started or do you want
Let's wait until 10 after
alright,
because of
alright.
the.
But I have more subscribers on my main channel.
Oh, that's neat.
What?
Just surprises. They're things.
What?
You said you had more surprises on your main channel, and also I'm using the wrong. I
I have more
was using the wrong speaker.
subscribers. I have more subscribers.
More subscribers. Well, subscribers isn't the only thing. It's also building a brand and whatnot. Matters. So really, you can make a post on your personal channel that hey, there's going to be something on the store channel, and that'll still
Okay,
get some attention.
okay, okay,
And I do need to clip together and upload some of the prior videos.
yeah, please.
One of the things in the background. Or figure out how to go and put them on a shared thing so people can edit that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I can, I can
Yeah, the annoyance is just sharing that much data. I don't know if my Google Drive has enough capacity.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, no. No. This is genuine of discover luxury another of come at the store in Los Angeles. Give it up for Los Angeles everybody. Come on. Come on. Come on. Is it? Come on, people. Come on. Uh, um,
Don't ask for too long, Cody. It starts to sound like pleading.
um,
Wait,
um,
ask for what? What'd you say? Sorry, I was getting a drink.
I was saying to just a round of applause for the store in Las Monica here. So
Okay. Yay!
yeah. Alright. Um, so, how are we all doing this evening? Hello?
feeling okay?
Why?
Is sickness? Are
Uh,
you
uh,
alive?
no, Mississippi. No, Mississippi. Okay.
Annoying when things just
That's it.
make you sick.
That's it. That is a gadget. Ah. Uh, if it can give start the show.
Yeah, probably just good to start off then.
So, a little bit about me. I am a little like, I want to get sick. I've been in a good place lately, but I can feel the darkness creeping up on me still, but yeah. Uh, there's any good look to go.
Yes, I can go.
And welcome to the comedy stylings of Jack Jackson. Put your hands together for Jack Jackson.
Alright. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm just getting my notes. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So, last night, I was either in an alternate universe or I was just catfished. I'll let you all decide. Have any of you ever heard of the Thunder app here in Second Life?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, heard about
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, for those of you who may not know, the Thunder app is kind of like Second Life's Tinder. It's a dating app for people wanting to hook up or meet the love of their life or just find interesting looking avatars for collaborations. Well, I meet this guy off of Thunder. We talk for a little bit, and it turns out that we actually live in the same city. It's like, wow, how cool is this? I've never met anybody in Second Life who actually lives in my city. It's kind of rare. So the hopeless and romantic in me is thinking, this is big. It's gotta be fate. We're destined to be together. So we talk all week, and I'm sneaking in conversations at work, and we're talking when I get home, right up until bed. Now, I'm noticing that we're really only talking through Discord, though. I'm online in Second Life, but he's not. He's off playing WoW. Now, we've all went through our WoW stages a time, or 10, or 10 times in the past. Absolutely no judgment from me, as I was one of those people too. I got suckered in. I'm actively justifying it in my head too. Like it just makes him nerdy and geeky. I like nerdy and geeky.
Okay.
Means he's got passion. He's got goals. Now, these goals may only be to clear the next raid, but it's a goal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I leave the house, I don't have to worry about this man sneaking off to go be with another woman because I know right where he's going to go. He's going to log right into that Battle.net client and get suckered into another dungeon or a raid. I just know it. So, anyway, Thursday morning, he pops the question: would you like to go have dinner with me in real life? I sit there for a good hour just looking at this question before I actually respond. I'm asking myself, does this guy give off rapey serial killer vibes? Am I likely to end up in a ditch somewhere? I'm mentally going through this in my head. I finally decide to just go through with it. We'll meet up in a public space. I won't get any alcohol to cloud my judgment. No matter how good the date goes, I promise myself, I will not be lured back to this man's house or into the back of his car or something. I'll be good. I'll be okay. So we spend the rest of that day just ironing out all the details and deciding when and where we're going to meet. He picks this nice seafood restaurant, which is fine and totally cool. It's near my job, and we're going to meet up Friday after work, which is yesterday. He actually lives on the side of town where I work. I live on another side of town. I know absolutely nothing, zero, zip, nada, about the side of town that I work on. I don't know if you guys know about Jacksonville, Florida, but it's one of the biggest cities land-wise in the U.S. So it's like 50 cities in one, honestly. I've been at my job 4 years, and all know how to do is to get to work, and I know where the McDonald's and Chick-fil-A is. where I go for lunch. So that's why I let him pick out the restaurant, just because he knows the area. Well, my boss comes up to me about halfway through the day and lets me know that I actually have a rollover vacation day left over from last year. And he asked me if I want to use it or lose it. So I used it. A day off from that whole hole? Yes, please. It's just freaking perfect. So fast forward to Friday. I spent all day getting ready, just hyping myself up. I went and got a pedicure. I picked out my outfit. I shaved everything. Because on the off chance that I decide that I'm going to be a hoe that night, I was going to make sure it was going to be cleaned up and looking pretty. So I get to the restaurant early. Turns out he was too. So I'm thinking, oh, this man is on time. He is punctual. So how did I get so lucky? I must have done something good, because things are finally starting to look up. So we get out of our cars and exchange hugs, and I went into the restaurant to begin our date. Now, right off the bat, I knew this was going to be a sucky restaurant, and I was about to be stuck talking to this man for over an hour, whether I wanted to or not. We were seated pretty immediately, but it took someone 10 minutes to come take our drink orders, and another 15 minutes after that to bring our drinks to us and then get our food order. And the entire time, this man across from me, who I had wholeheartedly agreed to go on a date with, is doing nothing but talking about Second Life. Now, when I say he was talking about Second Life, I don't mean he was talking about what he does or his hobbies or maybe even a sim that he has. No, this man is getting into all the juicy details about all of his past relationships and his exes. Let me set a stage for you guys. He asked for a table instead of a booth. So we're in the middle of the room, and we are surrounded by about 5 or 7 tables all around us. And so he is going on and on about his past families and all of their drama and how he got kicked out of and how he got kicked out of that family for bringing up injustices to this vampire clan that he was in, and how he really only logs in nowadays just to feed. And I'm like, okay. He's going over his past girlfriends and how his girlfriend and her wife moved in with him in real life, and supposedly his girlfriend was Polly, and her wife wasn't. And he was telling me how much he wouldn't touch the wife with a 10-foot pole, even if she asked. Now, mind you, there's people all around us. And I glance over this guy's shoulder and I see this couple listening in, and they're just shaking their heads occasionally at what is coming out of this man's mouth. The shit that he was talking about is sadly what we see in Second Life every day. But that drama is supposed to stay here in Second Life. We're not supposed to take it out into the real world and advertise that stuff. At one point, I was sitting there looking around, and I even pinched myself to make sure I wasn't asleep, thinking that we were on some virtual Second Life date or something. The conversation finally veered off into normal real life stuff, and I managed to make it through dinner. When I got back to my car, I just had to sit there for a minute and take it all in. Before I started up the car to go home, the only thing that I can think of was, damn, I just wasted a good ass shave. And I put on a bra and a panties for this. His Second Life his Second Life Abby was definitely better looking than his real life counterpart, and needless to say, I won't be having a second date. Thank you, everybody.
Good job. Jackson, let's go. Good job, honey. Good job. Jackson.
Are you calling me Cody?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I guess I better get my ass up and get on stage then. 'Cause you know that's where I belong.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And welcome to the comedy stylings of Jack Jackson. Put your hands together for Jack.
Oh, shit. You
Thank you very much. Do a little dance around here. Yeah, Jack Jackson. Yeah, that's me. All right. So glad to be here, and I'm glad to see all you people out there. First things first, let's get something out of the way that I know I'm going to save for last and forget, and that would be I need to take a great big old bow. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. I want to welcome to the Comedy Store, SL's Premier Comedy Club, and a great big shout out to Cody. I'm Jack Jackson, and I want to tell you, you don't know Jack. And sometimes I don't either, but I'm learning. Now, I'm a regular guy, and when I got to Second Life, one of the first things I wanted to have was a designer home. I'm sure you've gone out and looked at all these houses. There are so many to choose from. You don't even know where to begin. It's crazy. What you might not know is that uh, every home that you look at comes in different styles, different layouts. It's just like buying a real home. You can have all the amenities that you ever wanted in any house, just about wallpaper in every design, every color, furniture in every style, Victorian, mid-century modern to traditional, colonial. Yes, and the cabinetry throughout the entire house can be put in different finishes, pine to cherry, light woods to dark woods, and every kitchen has what? And a refrigerator, of course, stove, sink, microwave, coffee maker. And if you're like me, the first thing you do when you get one of those refrigerators is go to it and get a beer. It's just like real life. Hey, it happens. So I don't know if I can tell you if my refrigerator was working or not because it was making like noises, but it wasn't like real life noises. My real life refrigerator goes pocket a pocket a pocket a whoop 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 pocket a pocket a pocket a whoop whoop whoop. I know I got a cartoon refrigerator in real life, but that's like all old refrigerators. The perfectly normal one, and it is perfectly normal according to my refrigerator repairman when I called him out. However, in SL, my new expensive designer house, my refrigerator wasn't making any sounds. There was no pocket, no whoomp whoomp, nothing. I click on the door, it opens. I am so relieved. And there's my favorite beer. Glowing, bathed in a neon light. I'm going, geez, this is exactly what I dreamed of in Second Life. I can get wasted and I won't even have to spend a dime. And it's surrounded by all kinds of meats, cheeses, milks, pies, and no vegetables. Can you believe it? It's a guy's paradise. So I got to tuck into that beer. And then it happened. I realized when I got that beer that it was flat. No, it wasn't flat. I mean, it was mesh. I mean, it was an actual, physical round thing. It wasn't like I could slide it underneath the door, but it was flat. And there was no fizz. And it wasn't cold. So I called my SL repairman and I told him all about it. Hey, there's no pocket and no whoomp whoomp. And he smiled and shook his head. He checked all the scripts in my fridge and told me it was working just the way it was supposed to, just like the guy in real life told me. So it was made like it was supposed to do? And he goes, yep. And this is what I get. I sighed a big long sigh and we popped the top on two beers and we sat on the front porch, clink, clink. and drank our flat, warm beers and watched the sunset go down in the east because that's where I set it. You know how it is in Second Life. You can make that sun go down anywhere you
Yeah,
want.
true.
You can make things go down just about any place. Anyway, I get distracted. My noisy real life refrigerator and fizzy ice cold real life beer are all the more exciting now for me because of the adventures I've had in Second Life. Now, trailing off a little bit, and I may digress just some, still in the kitchen. If you've had one of those kitchens, you know that you can get the PG versions or the XXX versions. Well, in the PG versions or the XXX versions, you can make food to your heart's delight. You can chop up carrots, you can put stuff on a pot to boil, you can fry things, you can do all kinds of things. But the one thing I've noticed is none of them seem to have any kind of cleaning scripts. So no matter what you make, you always leave the kitchen a mess. I know I can't see it. You can't see it. If it was like the real house at home, if you drop one single crumb, the cockroaches come out dressed in Harlem Globetrotter uniforms and they play basketball across the countertop with anything you drop. I'm figuring that's got to be happening in real life too, but I'm just not seeing it. You could go down and you can get cockroaches in Second Life. Did you know that? You can buy cockroaches. And I'm thinking, geez, if I got cockroaches for my kitchen, am I going to have to count prims? And it's like, oh, yeah, you got to count prims if you want cockroaches. Wait a minute. I got to count prims. Does that mean I've not only got to buy the cockroaches, but I got to pay rent on them too? Yeah, that's right. I got to pay rent on stinking cockroaches. Now, if you've ever had a partner that had cats or had a cat yourself, like I have, you get a cat, you got to feed them. I'm going, Jesus, now I'm paying for the cockroaches. I'm paying rent on the cockroaches, and I'm going to have to go buy food for the cockroaches. Oh no, there's going to be little tiny costumes for the cockroaches too. I just know it. I'll have to put out little food bowls for them and a little pillow for them to sleep on. And I'm going, hell no, I am not going to get me no damn cockroaches. So there we go. No cockroaches for me. And apparently no cleanup. So all of a sudden, my Second Life kitchen is looking a whole lot better than my real life one. I just have to go out on that front porch and drink my Second Life beer with a refrigerator repairman and watch the sun go down in the east because that's where it belongs. Because that's the way the back of my house faces, and I can't turn it around. It's set in the space just as it can only fit. So, anyway, I could go on, and you'd probably like to hear more of my adventures, but I may save some of that for next time. That's how it goes. But we were talking about bugs, and some of this crowd may not have been here before. Cody, I know you've heard this. Zorn, I know you've heard this. I often tell people about some of my real life relatives. And one of my real life relatives is my Uncle Joe, lives out in West Texas. He was an ex-Marine and he grew up in the West out in Texas, and he was a cowboy. And he just did all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, one of the crazy things we did, and I fortunately was witness to because it was just me and him, which sometimes that seems to happen. But we'd been out chasing a bunch of cattle in the back 40, and yeah, he only had 40 acres, so it was actually a ranchette, not really a ranch, and it was only about 12 cows. But he needed to chase them down for one reason or another. And we'd been out all morning running through the mesquite trees, and we jumped back up with the pickup, and he says, "Let's go get us a Coke in town." The town is about 300 people, and it's got one little restaurant, and it's open up for breakfast and for lunch, and it's closed after that. After lunch, you can't get food. So anyway, we're going to run to town, get a cold Coca-Cola, and it's sounding so good. And we're in his old pickup, and we hit that black top, and he squeals them tires, and we're down the road at 60, 70 miles an hour before I know it with a hot wind blowing in because we don't have any air conditioning. Got that 240 air conditioning? I know you've heard about a 240 air conditioner in a car. You get the car up 240, and then you roll the windows down. That's the kind of air conditioning we had. In any case, we're traveling along, and we're going to be in town in just a minute. I'm going to have that cold Coca-Cola, and then all of a sudden, Uncle Joe puts both hands on the steering wheel. I've never seen him with both hands on the steering wheel. And he kind of jumps. And then the truck, it jumps. In fact, he yanks the wheel over and we slide sideways into the gravel bar ditch. And he's out on the side of the road and he is slapping on his legs. And the next thing I know, he's got his pants down. I'm going, oh, hell no. My Uncle Joe has gone insane. Well, he didn't quite go insane because it wasn't cockroaches that got on Uncle Joe. It was some big old red ants that got inside the pickup we had parked out in the field, and they had made their way up over his boots and into his blue jeans. And I'm sitting there in that truck laughing my ass off as he's slapping ants on his legs, and cars, well, one car passed while it was all going on, and it was got to have been one of the funniest things I ever saw in my life. And that's one of the stories about one of my relatives, my Uncle Joe. And believe me, with Uncle Joe, I have dozens of those particular stories. All right, I think that's been my time. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's see, we got another one of those fancy bows. I bet I do. It comes very easy when you got a script and a repairman that knows how to fix them. There you go, there you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And you know, you've been a very terrific audience, and I want to thank Cody for this wonderful venue we've got here. If you've got a little something in your pockets, be sure to support the club so we can continue bringing you the unique form of comedy entertainment that we have. Drop a little bit on me because I want to go get me another flat, warm beer. And I'm Jack Jackson. If you see me in the airport, be sure to say hello and not hi, Jack. Like
Hey,
last
yeah.
time it cost me 24 hours in the lockout. Now remember, all we need is love out there. All we need is love. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate it. You guys have a nice evening. Take care. Oh, what? I didn't push the button? Here, I'll push the button for you. You know what? I always mess up stuff. I'll leave that up there until we get somebody else on stage. Who was going to be the next victim to get up there on stage? Got to be one person out there at least. Hey. Look down this row. Let me count off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jace, Christina, Nikki. Have I ever heard any of y'all tell jokes? Tell a joke. Here, I'll loan you my joke book. I got it right here in my hand. No? No? Anybody? Any takers? No? All right. I'll go sit my ass down and let y'all figure it out. Y'all arm wrestle for the honors. Next person up, please take away the thought of my Uncle Joe on the side of the road slapping his legs. Y'all take care. Have a nice night.
Thanks, Jackson. That was great.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't hear any wrestling going on over yonder. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Ah, there's a winner. You smelt it. Go ahead, dealt it. All right, I'm going to take my picture down off the board. Somebody else put their picture up there. Y'all get after it. Hey, listen, everybody. You know, I got up there once upon a time, and it was like my first time. This can be your first time. And look, we're all friends here. We like everybody. You done heard my embarrassing stories. Come on, you got an embarrassing story too. You want to share it, you know you do.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, good question. Stories.
Tell us the story, Zoran.
Yeah, Zoran, you could tell stories.
Yes, I have in the past.
I've been known to tell a few stories myself. What? Are we just not going to have anybody else up here? Come on, people.
Come on. Let's go.
Don't twist my arm and put me back on stage, because I might go, ow.
Come on. Get, get.
Zorn stood up. I think we got to win a chicken dinner. Yay!
Yay!
Yay,
Yay!
All right. So, yeah, stories.
tell us a story.
So many.
Once upon a no.
So this last week, I again made a trip southward, and for me, that means driving down the California Central Valley, and that is just always a long drive. And that you get an hour into it, yeah, it's okay. 2 hours into it, okay, this is a thing. 3 hours into it, why haven't I gotten anywhere? Why does everything look the same? This is the boringest, straightest road. And amusingly, there's also a town down there just before you hit the mountain that has a very interesting name. Coalinga.
Oh.
Ooh.
So people may think, well, what does that name come from? What does Coalinga mean? And they could go and think kind of various things. But as it turns out, it just means coaling A. That's all it is. It was just a site where they went and put coal on the trains back in the day. And then the signs just got shortened and people misread it and they just kind of went, ooh, Coalinga. That sounds Spanish.
Yeah.
Similar, another town in the Central Valley is Manteca. Ooh, that sounds so fancy. Oh, what? Wait. Isn't Manteca essentially like lard? Yeah, pretty much is. And again, it was just a telephone miswriting kind of mashup of names. And yes, it's butter. Butter is nicer to go and refer to it as that Manteca butter. But yes, originally it was supposed to be Manteca or various other things. But the way things were back then and the various miscommunications and the way the railroad demanded that the station be signed, yeah, it became Manteca. So another amusing thing with names. And then lastly, on the trip that I was on, went out Highway 15 to Las Vegas. And you end up at a interesting road sign on the way there, in that it's just Zizek's.
Huh?
What's the story behind that? Zizek's, ZZYZX or whatever, hot spring. Yeah, it's just Z's and Y.
It's aliens.
Yes, maybe. Or maybe it was just some guy that wanted to have the absolute last name of any place areas. Sadly, it isn't even open anymore. For such an awesome and unique name, there's just nothing there now.
It must be closed.
Yes, closed. And then one other observation from the recent travel. So, Las Vegas, yeah, that's always a trip, an interesting thing to be there. Especially when one of the buildings kind of like turns a face towards you and smiles. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's
yeah, the
crazy.
sphere.
Yeah.
It is the trippiest, crazy thing, and then just like,
It's like
okay.
Pac-Man on steroids.
Yep. And then it turns into a lava lamp, and then it turns into like some sort of star field, and then it just kind of continues changing.
They had a group that played out there. Who was it? Was it REM?
Yeah, there's been a couple different groups there.
Yeah. Big group opened up.
Oh.
Oh,
U2, you were saying?
U2. Okay.
Yeah.
I always get REM and U2 mixed up. Don't ask me how I do that. It's easy for me.
Also, while I was there, I rode the monorail. An interesting experience. There's a family on the train as well going and just riding it for fun. And the mother of the group went and said, gee, I hope there's a good operator in there, you know, the way automation is and everything. And I didn't say it out loud, but I went, oh, yeah, it is all automated. Did you see a driver get in? But it's all right. It's on a train. Trains and automation have been there for years, and you know they hardly ever run off the end of the track. So, yeah. So there's some stories. I'll have to go and collect some more notes and thoughts for an even greater story about the supermarket that isn't a supermarket but is a portal to another dimension but really isn't.
Wait, what? Now I need more details. You can't just leave off with that.
No, I can't leave it off. Yeah, sure. But yeah, Omega Mart, look it up.
Okay.
That was the other point of my trip recently. To finally see that interesting place. Which includes things of, you thought this was butter? It's not.
It's Mantequilla.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So that will be for another
Yay!
time. Thanks for listening to stories.
Good job, Soren.
Excellent, excellent.
Yep, anyone next?
Oh,
There you go, Cody.
All right, Cody.
wait. How is this new? Hold on.
You want to go and speak, but you don't want to be recording the back of your head?
Yeah.
Tell us on the X. Tell us on the
Okay.
X and then just cam around.
Okay. So, um, want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting local comedy. We have a lot of high hopes for the album that I love a lot, and any help fixing the album. I got nothing but I want to say thank you to everybody who donated. This is a good one. This is a good one. I love you all for coming and helping me make this thing a reality. Now, this is a reality. So I want to thank you all, and look out for more live like this, or next time you see page. Yeah, that's about it.
Yep, it's been an awesome idea, and glad we're still having people show up and stand up.
Yeah, we just need to spread the word more, and remember, all you need is love.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you, shit. I didn't get this minute, so. This is it. This is it for you all. This is it for everybody.
Yeah. Woo!
Come on, get loud, get loud, get loud. Thank you. I love you all. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Yep. Next stand up is with Jim on Wednesday.